Hi everyone, it's Rachel from Rachel's Readings and Reiki. I am available for taking readings, personal readings, so you can contact me via my email address, which is found in my bio. Just wanted to start off by apologising because I haven't actually posted anything for a couple of weeks, and there is a really good reason for that. I've basically been really busy with a new family member. So we have a new puppy. His name is Rupert. There is a little bit of a story, which I won't go into too much here because obviously it's taking up precious reading time. But Rupert was a foster puppy. Myself and my family, we decided to foster this puppy from Cyprus. We've fostered one previously and that went really well, and puppy went off to a forever home, and so we took on Rupert and had him for a good couple of weeks. He was awarded his forever home with a wonderful couple, and unfortunately through no fault of his own he has ended up coming back to us, and we have decided that instead of fostering him, we are actually going to adopt him instead. So we now have a 2-dog household, and my tiny little house is bursting at the seams because we also now have our cat back with us. Very long story, won't go into here, but I've spent the last couple of weeks trying to organise dog, cat, kids life, and so that's why I haven't filmed anything for ages, and I'm still wearing like my scruffy dog walking clothes, so I do apologise for my lacklustre appearance, but this is real life, right? I did have a really good story about a badger to tell you, but I'm not going to tell you that tonight because I'm going to get on with the reading. But I want you to remember the badger. The badger is important. I feel the badger is important. And I want you to remember badger energy for tonight, because badgers are fearless and powerful and strong, but they are incredibly elusive. So here in the UK where I live, you never see live badgers unless you know exactly where to look for them and exactly what time to go out. They are so good at keeping themselves to themselves, and they don't like humans particularly, and they're aggressive little things. They're big and stocky, and they have shovels for paws, so you don't want to happen upon a badger, especially not like I did the other day, but we're all good, we're all okay. But just remember badger energy, because it might be that you need badger energy today if you're watching. So remember, fearless, strong, powerful, but elusive, and incredibly good at keeping themselves to themselves. Right, so without further ado, let's draw some energy. I'm going to go with all my animal decks tonight. Well, not all of them, just 3 of them. Just going to pull some energy and see what it is that you, the viewer, need to look out for today and onwards, okay? So let's set the intention for the viewer for whenever they find this message. Whenever they find this message, may it find you well. Let's hope it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, hey, you know, maybe in the next one will. Don't worry about it. Leave it for somebody else, okay? You can always put the message down. Right, let's see what energy wants to come out for the lovely viewer today. Okay. Now, I must admit, I have been shuffling my cards and they're not jumping. They're struggling tonight. They're struggling. So I'm going to cut the deck. I don't normally cut the deck, but I'm going to cut the deck. And I'm going to pull, because that's the way I am rolling. So let's cut the deck. And what do we have? Oh, now that is weird. We have the oyster. Now, excuse my dirty looking fingernails, because I've been having my hands in like dog food and all sorts. So anyway, here we go. This is the oyster. There's a water sign. A water, it's got the element of water. Okay, the oyster. Now, what do you think of when you think of an oyster, right? They're quite luxurious, aren't they? I remember having oysters in, where is it? In the Grand Central Station in New York. I remember going to the oyster bar there. It was fantastic. It's like nothing else I've ever experienced. Absolute luxury in a fishy shell. Unbelievable. Okay, let's pull. We'll have a look at the oyster. We'll go back to the oyster in a sec. But what do oysters produce? Hey? Under pressure, What do oysters produce? They produce pearls. That's right. Okay. Do you know what the pearl is? It's the waste. It's the oyster's waste. They don't want the pearl. Anyways, right, let's have a look at our woodland wardens. Let's see what wants to come out. So one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? With the oyster. It's a delicacy, very special. Let's have a look. What wants to come out from the woodland wardens? Come on. I feel like I have to coax it out. Oh, I've got 3 there. Good grief. I don't know that I want 3. Should we go with 3? Let's go with 3. We have the hawk and thistle with graceful persistence. Sorry, the hawk and thistle with graceful persistence. Now, I have been seeing some rather wonderful birds of prey whilst on my dog walks recently. I believe they are buzzards. We also have the beaver and birch with home. The beaver and birch with home. And the salamander and black pepper with inspiration. Salamander and black pepper with inspiration. Right. Hawk and thistle, graceful persistence. Graceful persistence, home and inspiration. Oyster. Let's have a read of this oyster to get a little bit of clarity on what they're trying to show us with this oyster. If I can find it. Here we go. Here we go. Ah. Yes. Patient. Secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. Like we said, the pearl, right? The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. Graceful persistence. Okay. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. That is so nice. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. When in balance, feels blessed, generous, masterful. When out of balance, reluctant, gripping, clams up. To bring into balance, share something. That is so cool. And that really just ties in with this hawk and thistle with graceful persistence, because it is like, it's just exactly how the oyster says. It's a graceful, it's a patience, and it's the building, the slow building of something. It's the slow building of something, creating something really amazing. Also, the thing to remember about the hawk flies. It doesn't just fly, it hovers. You've seen them hovering, right? hovering when they're looking for their prey. And they just sit there, right? They just sit there, don't they? I've been watching it today. I've been watching the buzzards. And they just sit there in the air, watching and waiting. Like, it's incredible. And the patience that they have is unreal. Because they, honestly, these two buzzards that I was watching today, they were just hovering in midair, looking down over the field that we're in, waiting for something to emerge. Incredible. And graceful. Absolutely 100% graceful. So persistence. Persistence to find your inner treasure, to find the treasure. Obviously for the hawk, the treasure is the mouse or, you know, whatever it is it's hunting. So the treasure. We also have home and inspiration. The beaver and birch, home and inspiration. Okay, so are you guys looking for a new home? Because the beaver is a master builder, right? The beaver is an absolute master builder, and what the beaver does is it will cut down trees and it will build a dam, and it will stop the water flow, and it creates new ecosystems by damming the river. And damming the river creates its home. And in creating its home, it's creating a new system. Interesting. Obviously, beavers are very cute as well. And then we have the salamander and black pepper. And the salamander and the black pepper, obviously, they're both related to heat. So if we're thinking about heat, we can think about passion. So inspiration and passion. So do you have a strong desire to find or create a new home, a home situation for yourself? The salamander is the fiery spirit, right? We all watch Frozen 2. Surely, come on. The salamander is the fire spirit. The beaver is always the character, the home dweller. So are we feeling inspired to create something that makes us feel like we're coming home to our inner treasure, finding our inner treasure and coming home to ourselves? So that's what I'm feeling. We're coming home. So you're coming home to yourself. You're feeling the fire of inspiration and passion, and understanding that in order to realize your potential, understand the true treasures that lie within you, you need to allow it to build over time. You have to be patient. But you also have to remember that that is already inside of you. It's how you kind of go within and find it and draw it out. Let's get a little bit more information. I'm going to use my animal totem tarot. See if we can get something else. What else do we want to say about this? What else? That's a really interesting message that really resonates with me, actually. Okay. What else do we need to know? What does the viewer need to know, please? What does the viewer need to know? This message about inner treasure, home, inspiration. What do we need to know? Woo! gosh, that's too many. I can't. I mean, it's showing me the 7 of Cups. Okay. 7 of Cups. Dragonflies. Sweets. Too many options. Too many cards. I'm not taking those. But yeah, there's definitely options. But a lot of options can create confusion and stop you from finding your true treasure. You don't want to be walking around confused. You want to be able to hone in on it like the hawk. You want to be able to see it clearly. Figuring out what your true passion is, what brings you home, you know? Right, what do we need? Hey, what do we need? Come on. Find it, find it, find it. Oh, wow. Da, da, da. I feel like I need some cabaret. Come on, Spirit. Give us some extra information, please. What is it you're trying to tell us? Okay, 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. A chicken. It always blows my mind, this, because could you imagine having like this, the chicken is your animal totem? Chickens are pretty cool, actually. We've got some chickens down the bottom of the garden. They're not mine, they're my stepdad's, but 6 of Pentacles. For me, that is the card of giving and receiving, of reciprocity, also of balance. Oh, hey. Page of Cups. You see that? You see the seal. You can just about see the seal in the wave, look. And the overturned cup. Okay. Page of Cups. Well, pages are usually messengers. And I always look at the page as, you know, a bit of a surprise in the traditional Rider-Waite. It has a little fish popping out. Aha, the 5 of Pentacles. Oh, my dog is now chasing the cat round. So the 5 of Pentacles. Can you see the pelts? The 5 of Pentacles. It's a beautiful card. Okay, just excuse any background noise. It's my puppy trying to get the cat to play with him. It's not going to work. Okay. Right, so this is about finding the treasure, isn't it? Finding the treasure within. Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck again. Yeah. So the dragonfly is all about illusion. And the 7 of Cups is about illusion and choice. Illusion, choice, confusion. Too many things going on. There's too much to choose from there. There's too much to choose from. So it's like you've got all these ideas. Some of them are better than others. And you don't know which one to go with. So it's like there's all these goodies. There's all these goodies in these cups. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I want that one or that one or that one. And you need to settle on one. So you need to settle on one idea. One idea, one thing that is going to bring you into balance. So currently we have this 5 of Pentacles. So we're feeling a little bit out in the cold here. We're feeling a bit like, I don't know what to do. I'm lost. You know? I don't know. What do I do? How do I get out of this mindset of not knowing what I want? And I feel like the page is very much asking you to follow your heart. Cups are all about the emotions, and figure out what it is that really resonates with you on an emotional level. And, you know, it might even surprise you, but it's about bringing you back into balance. What else? What else do we need to see? What else? Bringing you back into balance so that you can find that treasure. Coming home to yourself. Taking inspired action on something that you want. Following your heart. Leaving that lack mindset behind and going for the treasure. Because the treasure is there. It's just a question of figuring out how to harness it, how to reach it and harness it. There are gifts and talents within you that you can't see yet. Gifts and talents within you that you can't see yet. Oh, here we go. Haha. Oh gosh, they've chucked a few out here. There's 4. Okay, beautiful though. We've got the sun. I love this depiction of the sun. The ring-tailed lemur. They do actually sunbathe, you know, ring-tailed lemurs. Okay. We have the hermit crab and the 2 of cups. Finding the right fit. And then we have the stingray and the 2 of wands. Choosing the direction to go in. What direction do I want to go in? And then we have the 5 of cups, the capybara, the 5 of cups. Disappointment. Disappointment and also upheaval, distress, sadness. Moving away from that. Swimming fast away from that. So we have the sun. So whatever this thing is, you need to move in the direction that takes you away from the sadness and the disappointment and takes you towards the sun. And this will be your perfect fit. Okay? It's going to fit you like a glove. This is where you're going to find your higher self. You're going to figure out who you are. And you're going to find the thing that you need, and it's going to fit you like a glove. It's going to fit you like a hermit crab shell. So The message here today is very much, whoever you are, persistence beats resistance. You have many gifts wrapped up inside of you. It's really important that you focus on bringing those gifts out. And the way that you're going to bring those gifts out is really hone in on those passions of yours, those really intense passions, the things that you really, really love, the things that bring you a lot of joy, the things that bring you home to yourself, the things that make you feel amazing within and without yourself. Those are the gifts that are going to reveal your true and bring you closer to your treasure. Okay? It's about finding balance and reciprocity in life, the give and the take. So maybe it's quite karmic in a way, you know, reciprocity. You give out a lot of good stuff, and eventually the good stuff comes back to you. But for anybody who feels like they have been left out or overlooked, you know, really what you're being asked to do is follow your heart and look at the things that make you feel alive, make you feel passion and joy. And that is where you will find your happiness. That is where you will find your treasure. And that is how you will discover what your true gifts are. And you must bring them out. You must bring them to the world. Okay? And that's all I've got. Okay? I hope that helps somebody. If it does, please leave me a comment. Like I say, anything that resonates, take it. If it doesn't resonate, leave it for somebody else. That's totally fine too. All right, see you in the next one.